Much like the other day where we threw a run out because we had a slime apocalypse. That was a run that was working fine, but I just don't have the patience for something like that right now. We know what we're doing, we have a plan. So let's just speed run back to where we were, so to speak. Fire, Cultist, Scepter of Mischief, Ruby Heart. Want floors that are relatively quick and don't require a lot of casts. Because I want to conserve my spell points. Conserve them. Conserve the hell out of them. Navajo time. My memory is shoddy. I can't remember if today was the day I was supposed to do this. Hold on. I take notes. No forewarning, okay. I'm like, I could have swore I don't remember this being the day. Alright. Give me a little forewarning for that. What? What? It's like, why am I not getting all of the treats at once? Veggie. Veggie. Ah, gotcha, gotcha. That was more in my brain processing, like, I can't remember if I was supposed to be doing that. Free Petrify or Life Drain, Storm Legion, Sorcery Staff. Although the boots would be nice for just clearing out certain things on certain floors. But a Sorcery Staff is also nice. Boost to damage, boost to range. Number of targets as well. I might take it. So I think we'll take Ricochet later on. That would help. Yeah. Yeah. Why? If I misclick, because there is no, like, lock on this. Insurance deductible higher than the cost of the replacement. And I have to pay for the tools because I'm a supervisor. And have some misguided self-obligation, set an example. Yeah, you probably had a Steam Deck in there. Your new Switch 2 was in that bag, wasn't it? And listen, maybe a new video card was in there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You had one in there. You were holding it. It was mine. It was my new video card. Put that claim in for me, please. You know what? Bag of spikes. I was looking at Peace Walker. Not Peace Walker. I was looking at Metal Gear Solid Delta. And I went to Can You Run It? You know, the System Requirements Lab. And it says I do not meet the requirement for the video card. But I have the right amount of memory on the video card, and I have the right, like, shader version. Like, those are the stats that matter. It's just that it is not the, like, it is a lower grade, like, it's a lower number than the required one, except that the required one is a smaller number. It's just the super version. So I don't actually know if I meet the requirements or not. Like, I kind of want to try and get a new video card. My graded time twister worth 8.5. Yeah, you had the One Ring Magic the Gathering card in there. Boop, boo-doo. Everyone send pictures of your expensive things to Blue. You were borrowing my, my PlayStation 5. I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture of my PlayStation 5. Only else 5, you know? As horrible as treants are, I could just take it right now, and the only things coming out of these are fire bombers, which are not a problem. I have a tattoo of a moral code that I like to think I take seriously. That's fair. Feel better, Panda. Feel better. Alright. Alright. Less alright. Ooh, right here. That's where the heavenly idols go. I am hoping to find that thing that reduces cooldown time for your minions. Because my god, we could do some silly stuff that way. Get him, slimes! Have a good night. Oh. Flame Spark, Flame Star, Flame Ice. If we take Flame Star, that's fire damage becomes arcane damage. We might be able to make it happen again. Where we just have fire, we get that flaming claw staff. And then we produce our own moon speaker damage that way. I mean, I don't have a hat, so we might as well do it, right? Slime him! Man, Heavenly Idols. You're so good. Mortal Green Slime, do any of you do arcane damage? No. Dark damage, lightning damage. Oh, technically an arcane damage bolt in there. Maybe. Probably gonna reroll though. Duplication Shrine. See, we need a miniaturization shrine first. Sure. Damn it. Where could I hit? Whoa, whoa. Right here. That's the sweet spot. What's up, buddy? What's going on, Benji? How you doing, buddy? Let's see. 25 physical resistance. Enemies receive 3 turns of poison if they take physical damage. How much physical damage can we expect to have happen here? Not too much. I might just take, you know what? There we go. Little physical resist. More importantly, Bastion of Immortality. Oh, wing shoes. Alright, Conjuration Wand. How important would you be to me? Nah. Like, one upgrade in the skills department will take care of that. Oh, and it's a good level at... Yeah, I do want wing shoes. Hi, buddy. You here to curl up against me? Yeah, he is. Take a load off, Benji man. Benji man. Ah, pugs. Little cuddle machines. Sorry, buddy, you can't escape. Alright, we gotta take some hearts from here on out, though. Ruby heart. Yeah, this works. That arcane resist is a bit of a bummer, but... Yeah, nothing you can do. Damn, Heavenly Idol. You scary. Doo-doo-doo. Ruby Heart. Ruby Heart. This build seems silly. It's only gonna get sillier if we find the right parts. Alright, that floor is too good to say no to, I think. Honestly, why not just start right in the middle, right? Who cares? If I take Moonspeaker, we'll have 4 targets. But if I take... you know what, yeah. Let's go for Moon Speaker first. That's the whole, like, point of this run. Well, all the enemies disappeared. The idols are giving each other, like, unlimited immortality as well. That's my favorite part of it. Alright. Alright. That worked out. Are any of these layouts so good I can't say no? That's pretty close to so good I can't say no. But Amnesia Shrine is not desirable. Same thing with, like, enchantment stuff. Although, arguably, there is one enchantment I will be taking. But none of these matter for that, so we're gonna greet it. We're gonna re-roll. Flaming Claw Staff. You see that? That is exactly what we were looking for. As much as I like the Sorcery Staff, we have a fire damage dealt to enemies as arcane damage. If we take the Flaming Claw Staff... Whenever a minion controls... Minion you control deals damage to an enemy, real deal half of that is fire damage. My god. Such power. We gotta take Blink later. I don't need it just yet. I don't have to, like, beeline for that. How many turns left? Plenty. Woo! Any orbs in play? No. Heal me, children. Running a little low. Damn it, he's making feeds. I hate those. Stopwatch. I didn't want to take Blink just yet, but... You're gonna die instantly. I don't think they can do 38 damage, right? They do 3 damage a shot. 2, 4, 6, 7 times 3. 21 damage. And some of them are doing physical damage, which is laughable. Now this is the moment I need to worry. That's 18 damage from you. Yeah, I'll play it safe here. Didn't need to. Okay. 2 problems remain. Alright, the real problem's dead. Because he makes the fiends. There we go. It's just this man left. Frustratingly, all my idols are on the other side of the map. Oh, he can heal himself. What a bummer. At least I could heal too. Alright, does Flaming Claw Staff work the way I want it to? I fear it does not. Step forward, sir. All right. That's one resilient dog. Alas. As someone that's never played the game, what are we doing? Oh. So, Heavenly Idol is an idol that it's just a little statue we put up, and everything in line of sight of it will take 1 point of holy damage every turn. If they're undead or a demon, they take an additional point of lightning damage. And if it is me or an ally of mine, we are healed for 1. So if we make 4 of them, they're just going to heal me for 4 points per turn because there's 4 of them. And everything on the that they can see will take 4 points of damage more if they are a particular type of enemy. We've upgraded them to cast Suspend Mortality, a spell I will learn later and take an upgrade for. But basically that means that they're giving each other the ability to come back from the dead over and over again. They're just like making it so if they die or their time expires, they pop up somewhere else on the map. And the build idea is to just have them everywhere. Along with the fact that we have, if an enemy takes arcane damage, anything that has a holy tag will then re-deal half that damage as holy damage. So we're looking to introduce some arcane damage along the way and have them just repeat that damage over and over again. That's the goal, the dream. There are some parts in there that if we can't find the right bits, we'll have to, like, improvise. But we already have some of the improvisation we need. If a minion deals damage, half that damage is redealt as fire. And then anytime fire damage is dealt, they will take half that again as arcane damage. So we're already, like, on our way. Cooking with nonsense. I like silly, strange builds. We've beaten this game so many times, and we're always looking for new ways to beat it. That's what we're basically doing today. Electric Gnome, Bone Knight, Frostspew. Hope this is a wide open floor. Yes! I say that because a golden tome is just more idols for me. At some point we want to upgrade this to have Ricochet, that way it hits multiple people and each of them will get moon speakered into the ground. Well, there goes one of them. All four are still out there, right? One, two, only 3 of them now. Uh-oh. Haha, I can fly. Idiots. Grab a golden tome. So the problem right now is our minions don't actually have, like, an attack. So we're not re-dealing anything as fire damage. We need to get, like, any minion in play to really set this in motion. And I see a good one right there. That's a really good one. Slimy Worm Shambler is pretty spot on. It's a somewhat shit show of a level for me, though. Oh. What's the overall concept for the game? Let me give you the basic rundown of Rift Wizard. So, general concept for Rift Wizard 2 is you're this little blue wizard here. It is a roguelike, but unlike a lot of roguelikes where the point is to find random stuff in the run that defines your run, you always have access, depending on if you do like a challenge run, there's like other runs you could do. If you're doing a normal run of the game though, you have a full spell book. You could always see like what the upgrades for the spells are, like Echoing Beauty for this one. You always have access to a skill book. And basically, like, you could theory craft an entire build ahead of time. You could, without even turning on the game, you could be like, alright, I want to do a run where I take, Wall of Ice, I upgrade to have Endless Wall of Ice, so you have a giant wall of living ice, then you blow it up to make skeletons. Like, you could plan a whole build. And then the run, the randomized elements are what treasures you find, what enemies you fight, and what bosses you run into along the way. And the layouts of the floors, of course. So, like, there's certain equipment we could find that'll make this run work even better. And if we find it, that'd be awesome. But the build itself will probably work even if we never find any of that gear. The goal is to go through 21 floors. On the 21st, you fight Mordred, who is the big bad. I adore this game. One of my favorites. Mystic stuff. Ugly crystal is for our undead minions, right? No, holy minions. Cast Ghost Ball. Was the word figured out? No. Alright, so your hint was, those of you that are having a conversation, you are the word of the day. If you are not having a conversation, if you're lurking or you're not really engaging in like a back and forth, you're not the word of the day. That was your first hint. What is your favorite spell? Probably Magic Missile. Like, it is a one cost, like a level 1 spell. But there are so many fun ways you can integrate it with other spells and make like silly things happen. I've done so many runs that are variations on Magic Missile. Your second hint is, I've been really enjoying the book I'm reading, Catabasis. But there is a chunk in the middle of this book, like smack dab in the middle, somewhere around like page 250 to like 280, where this word is used over and over again. And like they are talking about these situations throughout the entire book. So it's weird that suddenly that word just sprang in and wouldn't go away. It almost felt like, after a while, like, the editor really should have been like, you know what? We could use synonyms here. We could mix things up. But yeah, I really like Magic Missile, but there are other very good spells, too. Let's see. Some of my favorites are Wizard Replica, I've had a lot of fun with. Furnace of Sorcery, but that ties in the Magic Missile, so we won't count that one. Restless Dead is a favorite. Stormburst is a favorite. Shrapnel Blast is definitely a favorite. Silver Spear might actually be my favorite spell, but no, Magic Missile. Magic Missile's my favorite. Lightning Spire gets a shout out. You know what? Disperse is really up there. I had a guy at the nuclear plant I used to work at hear the word inundated one time, then he would use it in every conversation. As much as he could. Like, it's fun when someone latches onto a word, and it's a fun word, and you're like, that's cool. Like, you're growing as a person. That's nice. But when you're reading a book and like they keep on using one particular word over and over again, after a while you're like, all right. Like there's an editor somewhere in the world whose job should have been to be like, nah, I shouldn't be seeing this like 5 times across 2 pages. What is the hardest spell to use? Huh. Blood Golem. Blood Golem's the hardest spell to use, I think. Blood Golem, you summon a golem. The golem never takes damage. Instead, it'll redistribute that damage to you and any living allies you have. So he's basically out there just bringing any damage he takes to you. Which I've never found a use for him that I'm like, I could just do anything else. There's so many other ways to, like, have a tanky minion. You can make a lot of tanky minions in this game. I do not see a value for that one particular spell. Not to say it's like, you know, I'm sure there are people out there that have done fun runs with Blood Golem, and I plan on, at one point, I will sit down and I'll try and make a fun run around Blood Golem. But it usually feels like one of those, every time I try and use Blood Golem, I'm trying to shove a square peg through a round hole. Like, I could just take a different spell to solve whatever problem he's there to solve. I want a Ghostly Worm Shambler. That is another very good minion. Plus it's undead, which is even better. Nah, if the whole idea is we want to, like, really lean into Heavenly Idol. Like, they themselves are holy minions, and I could make other holy minions if I really want more holy minions. I feel like we have these two pieces of equipment that will really let us lean into the fun. We don't necessarily need anything else. And this one minion will become many minions. It'll do the work.
You all remember what to do whenever
you got it.
Secret word, right?
That's right! Scream real loud! Interlocutor! Like, they're talking about conversations a lot in the middle of the book, and for whatever reason, they kept on using that word over and over, and I'm like, why? Why? Why use it so often in one small section? Like, it just replaced other words for a long time in the book. And again, I'm enjoying the book. I would have lit it on fire and never finished it at that point. The only pass I'm giving it is that the character themselves is the one that is using the word in their own mind, I assume. Like, it's kind of like you're in their head, and they are the kind of person that would use that word a lot. Because there's a story about... The premise of the book is magic is real. It is a field just like any other fields, and you follow a graduate student whose professor is dead, and she decides, rather than having to, like, try and start over and defend her, like, thesis with a different chair on her committee, she would rather risk going to hell to try and find the man than having to, like, deal with the bureaucracies of Cambridge University. So she goes to hell to find her professor. Fun facts about this: I was in the bookstore, and I had no idea what book I was going to get. I was just wandering around. This book had a nice cover. I like that it has a painted sleeves, not sleeves, painted edge of the pages. Like, you know, forms a picture and you open the book and picture goes away. I can't talk or think at the moment. Read the blurb and was like, that's fun. Like, academia is so hellish, you'd rather go to hell than, like, deal with the problems of it. So I picked it up on a whim. It turns out this book came out, like, the day before I bought it. I had no idea it was a new release. And it already has, like, a contract signed and dotted for a TV show adaptation in the future. So I'm gonna be super ahead of the curve when this becomes a TV show. But I'm enjoying it. I have not read any of her other books, but I dig her voice. I'll probably find some of her other works and read those too. It's not my typical genre. I really like weird stuff. Like, weird fiction literally is the genre I find myself in the most. But it is enjoyable. I am liking my time with it. A purple curse doll. Yes, please. Yes, please enough that I'll probably just take it right away. Let's also get our ricochet upgrade right now. Crap, no, I wanted the other one. Oh. I confused this with the other doll. The one that is Ghost Ball when your holy minion dies. Whoopsie doodles. I got so distracted with these questions. Where's the square fit? That's right, the square hole. I love that short so much. Well, you know what? We might end up with arcade minions later on, so we'll take it anyway. It doesn't not fit in with the plan, so why not? Yeah, get him. Reincarnates once, twice, once. The problem is it is going to be casting it on my minions. So they won't be just doing it to themselves, which kind of dilutes my experience a little bit. But it should be fine ultimately. Slimy blizzard beast. Suspend mortality. I might as well grab it so I can start learning some of my treats here. If we take Twilight Essence, we add the Undead tag, and we add the Holy tag. If we take Mass Immortality, though, every time they cast it on themselves, they cast it on all of them. Mass Immortality, they are very immortal. Twilight Essence, we're just making sure they have the Undead tag, which is nice for goofing off with one of the skills we probably want to dip our toes into. I haven't quite decided yet. Fine, I'll mana potion. Probably gonna go with Mass Immortality. That one strikes me as being funnier. And that does motivate most of my choices in life. Plus, if we're making a lot of slimes like this will really stack up a lot. But I don't really care if the slimes are immortal, do I? Now again, it's kind of funny just having a bunch of immortal slimes flying everywhere. They just don't get the tag I want. Living slime. Alright, we're looking for jar of ectoplasm, I think. You would care if there were slime waifus. Hell yeah, I would. I mean, this gets out of hand the fastest, and I do like that. I like out of hand. We're already getting our arcane damage by way of these two pieces of equipment, so we cheated. We're allowed to do this now. Robe of Agony. Whenever lightning or dark, nah. I do need health. And this ain't bad. Everything's weak to holy, too. Yeah, alright. Slime waifu talk. I mean, who doesn't like their slime waifus, right? Surely someone's made a mod. I mean, I could do that. Yeah, the amount of slimes that are going to spread across the level are going to get out of hand pretty quick, I think. The slimes can never actually die. They are forever slimes now. And every time one of these casts suspend mortality on their buddies, they all get it. Oh yeah. Now I just chill out. Just wait. He's immune to arcane damage anyway, so no point in me fighting. This seems inevitable. Yes. They're not doing a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. His death is guaranteed. Infinite slash instant equal to infinite infinite. I wonder how immortal my slimes are right now. 30, oh my god! There was like a 44 reincarnations in there. I lost, there it is, 43 reincarnations. This guy only reincarnates once. Where'd the little worm balls come from that are also multiple times over? 9 reincarnations on the statues. Green slide into the most work, flaming claw staff. I need moon speaker to start picking up the pace. So we're looking for jar of ectoplasm. I think that's the next, like, silly one. Unless... does vampirism make them undead? Grants them dominate, makes them have +7 damage. Damn. So that doesn't do it. Definitely want to stay in enchantment land, though. Only enemy units. Meh. Again, we'll rely on this. This will make it happen. Easy floor, easy floor. I have a portal key. Come on. Translocation boots. Night Hag. Veggie's doing the puppy dreams thing where he's running in his sleep and kicking me over and over again. Well, we'll just pick whatever floor has the best layout for us. That'll be this one. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Cool. Now we already won. Just let nature take its course here. I might take Flock of Eagles. Like, I want more things that are going to be doing that holy damage repeat. But first, Light Lord, so I get 2 more idols. It is really about the idols, but helpful having more. Reroll. Troll Blood is not what I'm looking for. It's the wrong one. Melting Armor. Enchanter's Boon. What kind of self-targeting enchantment do I want to think about for my current team? Basilisk Armor. We can cast Petrify on anyone that hits us, and likewise my minions if I have Enchanter's Boon. Oh, Nightmare Aura. Oh my. Okay. Okay. Like, Melting Armor is nice too, but Enchanter's Boon with some Nightmare Aura? I could see that being fun. Oh god, did I lose one? No, it's right there. Oh god, it's Quickened Bone Shamblers? Let's go ahead and Chaos Spell that. Three times, 2 times, 3 times. keep them healthy. That's a lot of shamblers, man. I'm a little concerned. What's up, buddy? When I make weird noises, which is all the time when I'm streaming, Badgie's just like, is he okay? Is my human dying? That's not a sound a normal thing's supposed to make. As always, Benjamin, your concerns are most touching. Whenever you cast an arcane spell, gain a shield. Whenever an enemy takes fire damage, loses physical resist. I'll take Enchanter's Boon, though. Again, there's some real room for fun there. In fact, I'll go ahead and take Nightmare Aura right now. Five reincarnations on you. Oh, I'm out of blinks. I have 3 more idols? Did I not cast them all? What? How did that happen? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Confused about how I got more idols, but let's not worry about it. There's a lot of colors going on. It's a nice light show. I'm just on high speed, like passing my turns, because I'm out of spells, so I'm not gonna drink a potion. He'll die in time. Eventually, the screen will just be filled with slimes, and there won't be any room to move. So I imagine the slimes are gaining reincarnations every turn. Let's pick a random slime and see how many reincarnations he has. 62 reincarnations. 9. Statues are at 5 at the moment, or 12. I feel like the bosses that have huge health pools like this should have some sort of internal calculation Where it's like, alright, it's gonna take a little while, but I can't ever get out of this pit. We'll just call it here. Just gonna give up and die. Just pack it in. There ain't no coming back from this one. Judge, I've represented a loop. I might take Amalgamate Slime. I mean, why not? It inherits all the properties. I wonder if they would get all of the collected reincarnations. Oh god, it would count as dying, so they would all reincarnate again, and I would have one Super Slime as well. I'll probably take Amalgamate Slime. Alright, let's go on X Turbo here. Oh god. Swear the game was gonna crash. Maybe we don't want to be on X Turbo. I'm getting a little worried. A little concerned. Maybe no X Turbo. Any way to remove the animations? I don't believe so. It's just calculating real hard right now. It's doing a lot of work. Ain't that right, Benjamin? Alright, we definitely don't want to do X Turbo. X Turbo's bad. We've definitely passed a few turns. It's just bad. 146. Things have gotten silly. I don't know how long. Like, I held the button down for a while. I don't know how long this is going to be going on for. Well, how's everybody doing? Is it broken? It's slowly processing, Morphling. I put it on X Turbo. I usually avoid X Turbo for this reason. But I am foolhardy. Oh my god. Oh, sweet Jesus. I'm getting nervous, man. He is, like, resistant to fire and physical damage. And there's a lot of that going on. Like, he's not 100%, but he is taking reduced damage because of it. Like, we're doing, what, 33 damage a turn here? think he might be dead. We may have done it. No, I can see his health bar. It's very small, though. He's on his way. I wonder if there's a way for us to give a minion the arcane tag. That'd be really good if we could. I have a lot of regrets about holding this button down the way I did. There he is. The bench. There's his tongue sticking out. Sorry, buddy. Just when I see your tongue sticking out while you're resting, I get the urge. He's a good boy, the Benjamin. There's my pajamas. They're blue. Well, that was our Benji time. Back to watching this man die the slowest, most agonizing death ever. I can't see his health bar anymore, so it must be soon. Oh my god. Come on! This is dumb. Check my email. Check my DMs on Discord. Start doom scrolling while I wait. Oh, we did it. It's over. Hey, buddy. And now it'll crash. You watch. Come on. Hang on. Don't die on me. Oh, it's over. There's the ding. I just need the game to, like, realize it's not crashing here. What kind of story you want, Morphling? Hey, buddy. Oh, it's a Benji boy. So they're related to creating a piece of art. My favorite mask I ever made. I can't show it to you, obviously, because I'm in New York and that mask is in Massachusetts, but it is inspired by the masks of Kevid dell'arte. And it's a nice old man mask. I did it as like a mixed media piece. It was paper mache, and then I had liquid latex to add like jowls to it. But it wasn't foamed latex, it was just liquid latex, and it was poorly cured at that, so over time the latex really like hardened into like plastic as opposed to like supple, pliable latex. Like foamed latex will stay nice and soft for a long time. It's what you use when you're doing like special effects prosthetics for a movie. Oh. But I got really into... We did the thing where we broke the game a little bit by doing X Turbo, so hold on. I was making that mask, and I didn't realize at the time, but I was in the middle of a manic episode while making that mask. And so rather than eating or drinking water or sleeping, for 3 days I just drank coffee and I sculpted. And I ended up in the hospital for severe dehydration, which sucked. Not a pleasant time. And then because I was like stuck in the hospital and coming down from a manic episode and severely dehydrated, I had like no immune system. So I ended up getting like the worst flu of my life on the way out of the hospital stay, which blew. But it's a great mask. It's one of my favorites. But boy howdy. Not great, the overall experience of making that. But I would basically just like be in my dorm or in the studio listening to music at like 4 in the morning, just fresh pot of coffee going at all times, just cranking down caffeine. Oh my, yes, Morphling. When you're in that state, everything you're doing feels like it's the only thing you should be doing. You never have any indication that, like, this sucks, or I don't want to do this. But I got lucky there. Like, usually, that kind of thing, at least back in that point in my life. Like, I had no control over whatever I was going to hyperfixate on and work on. So, like, a lot of projects were just done last minute, cobbled together. Double damage from lightning, you say? Goddamn electric ghosts. So it's nice when, like, you end up working on a thing you actually need to work on. That's good and convenient. Don't always get lucky that way. He drove his car through the wall of a gas station, grabbed a Dr. Pepper from the fridge, paid for it, and tried to leave in the same car door, as if that was all okay. I've heard a lot of horror stories. Like, mania can take the form of, like, you just are really hyperfixated, you're working on a thing, that's all you can do. But it could also take the much scarier form of, I cannot possibly be harmed by fire, so I should set myself on fire. Like, I've heard stories of people that are like, yeah, I could fly, obviously I could fly, and just like, that's it. The next day they were gone. Like, the worst for me was just like, I'm gonna walk through the woods at 3 in the morning during a blizzard. Because that's how you're gonna be inspired. I'll find inspiration out there, and just off into the woods I went. That was probably the most dangerous form my kind of stuff ever took the shape of. But like from my doctors, I heard the much scarier stuff. Sup, buddy? Alright. Upgraded. Don't need an upgrade just yet. Upgraded. I mean, Fever Dream would make a lot of sense here. Heavenly Idol. Lightning, Holy Conjuration. Alright, as far as arcane minions go, these are our choices, but we want holy. Blue Lion's arcane and holy. He might be the direction we want to go. Does physical damage, which will be redealt as fire, which means it'll be redealt as arcane, which means it would count. Nah. Oh, AoE fire, that would work a lot. You know, instead of arcane, let's worry about holy. Said it before, but I'll say it again. I think Flock of Eagles might be the call here. We get 4 of them. We can make them into lightning birds. Or I just got a lot of them. If they just run around doing physical damage, that's all I need them to do. As long as I'm doing my magic missile, that's the important part. Who can cast my magic missile? That's the question I should ask. Wizard replica can. Like, you have Furnace of Sorcery. Get some dogs out that can cast my magic missile, right? Hold on. Let's go to Armchair Wizard. Magic missile. Yeah, eye dogs through Furnace of Sorcery is the one option I think I can make happen here. Arcane Orb's a lot cheaper, though. Yeah, maybe Arcane Orb. Boop, boop. Portal key. Reroll. Come on, Jar of Ectoplasm. Well, no Jar of Ectoplasm. That floor is good. That floor is less good. That floor sucks. Don't want any of that stuff. A treat for Benji. You tried to roll over, but it went the wrong way. Whoa! Oh, no, 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 no. Yes, good boy. What a good boy. Oh, no, 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 no. Down it goes. Back in the net mode. Uh-oh. Hold on. Reverse sneeze. You good? Nope. I'll try and run away. Breathe in, do it. There you go. Oh, pugs. Bag of spikes. I'm assuming he loves when you start streaming. Yes and no. Like, obviously I'm not paying full attention to him, so that's less than ideal. But he does know that treats are coming, and he does like that. But generally speaking, he's leaning against me while I stream, and I pet him the entire time, so that's good. Well, make it so my idols will never die. See, my nightmare aura stuck only to the minions down here. I guess I could take Disperse. Were you living at home when your family got Benji? No. No, I was not. I pretty much went to college and then never moved back here. I got an apartment out of college. But he quickly attached himself to me whenever I come back. I'm his favorite. It's definitely not because I spoil him rotten. Reroll! Artists, gross. Nine spell points, though. I mean, chastisement is such a silly good idea. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's the right amount. Once they start dying out there, we'll have some things spread out for my nightmare auras. And everything will be stunned forever. There we go. Yes. All right. What do we got? 9 turns, 11, 12. See if we get lucky and someone far away gets the Nightmare Aura. Whoa, is it you? That guy. Not a bad hit there. Yeah, amalgamate slime would be a good idea. This one minion, paired with a lot of immortality, means we make a lot of slimes. A lot of slimes. Good, good. What's up, buddy? Just gonna put your head on top of my keyboard hands? That's very untenable. Oh my god, Benji. You're crushing the hand. Try not to press buttons I'm not supposed to press. I love you too, buddy. Oh, thank you. Oh, Driders. Guess I'm gonna get poisoned. How much is amalgamate slime? I want to look at my spellbook, Benji. You're crushing the hand. I need to press the letter S, Benji. I'm sorry. Alright. Amalgamate slime. Good boy, Benjamin. Making this super difficult. Let's see, this slime still has reincarnation, but now he has 211 damage. Still a slimy worm shambler, but now he has 641 physical damage. Making some real beasts. Problem is the slimes only do physical damage. And by physical I mean poison damage. So anything poison immune, like these spawners, we gotta go in there and help out. Lordy, lordy. And this is after the patch that makes it so things run better when you have a lot of slimes. Alright, I'm here. Let's end this. What's going on, Gomper? How was your labor day? God dang! Nope. Different times, not the normal schedule, later on. It's certainly a hodgepodge affair. Mr. Speedy over there. More, no one says first when I'm on the island. Normally, people scream first right away when I'm back in the normal setup. Out here, though, no one cares about first. It's weird. Come on. Destroying the computer. It's gonna burst in the flames. God damn. One more. One more magic missile. There's just so much going on out there. Have a good night, Blue. Sleep well. Looking up new cookware. When you say cookware, are you talking about, like, you want pots and pans? Or are you looking for, like, interesting tools? Because if you don't have a sous vide, I'm always a man who's gonna say, hey, give sous vides a chance. Pots and pans. Not particularly. Like, I don't know any brands I could recommend. It's more like, get yourself a really nice saucier pan. A stock pot is nice to have on hand. Master Time, menacing gaze, disintegrator. Disintegrator's not a bad grab. You want to go stainless, but your wife is insistent on ceramic. I'm more pro stainless myself, but there's some nice ceramic stuff out there. Damn. Damn. There we go. Engine online. Poison. Carbon steel, huh? That's your fault, isn't it? Immune to holy. My max health, you jerk. Cast iron's great, but it does require a little bit of TLC. How did I lose all my casts of amalgamate slime? I'm guessing that Black Rider was draining a lot of my my casts there. Once again, it won't be fast and it won't be pretty, but victory is guaranteed. Gotta replace all your workhorse cookware. If I were back in Massachusetts, I would have like 2 or 3 pans that I consider my favorite pans, and like 1 or 2 pots that are my favorite pots. And those would be the ones I would look at and be like, look for this! But I ain't there, so I can't do that for you. What do you have? I don't remember, like, the brand names or anything. I could just tell you, like, I have a very, nice... I have a nice stainless steel that I use for some stuff, and then I have a nice high-walled saucepan that is, stainless steel with a heavy bottom to it, so it evenly heats. That's what I make most of my sauces in. I have a really nice, like, huge frying pan that is non-stick that also goes pretty high wall, but sloped high wall. That's really nice and has a nice tight-fitting lid on top. Oh, Japanji. And then for pots, again, just like a big stock pot. I don't think brand really matters for that. You want to get away from Teflon. I know there's some non-stick out there that is not Teflon. I don't know, again, whether or not what I have is Teflon or not. It has, like, that dimpled experience on it. Like, little dimpled non-stick holes. So it might not be Teflon. For the sake of, like, winning sooner rather than in 10 years... I see vengeance. Because this guy's going to be murdering reincarnating slimes over and over again. Which means he'll take a lot more damage this way. Ceramics non-stick? Get some ceramic for your non-stick. You could go with, what is it, Hexclad? That garbage Gordon Ramsay's always slinging. Probably, like, look up reviews of it. I don't know if it's just, like, all marketing hoo-ha. Ceramic has a wear life. Yeah, some of like the really nice Dutch ovens are ceramic finished. And I feel like those will last a while. Like, you're not being too rough with a ceramic Dutch oven. You're usually doing like low and slow, just toss stuff in there and let it go. You're not gonna be like hammering it with a spatula or anything. Maybe start looking at the carbon steel. This is some high praise for carbon steel. All clad stainless. Ooh, yeah, that stuff's pretty pricey. Pretty pricey. Wife just wants a quality egg frying pan. What's going on, Enon? Everything sticks to it. If you heat it up right and lube it appropriately, you could fry a nice sunny side up egg on there, no sticking. But like, you gotta get it nice and hot, then put your oil on there and then lower a little bit. Got home from a barbecue. I figured like, today being a holiday, some people are out there having a fun time. I've been playing Rift Wizard for 3.5 hours, yes. And considering I'm doing garbage like this, I could see why. Like, you don't need that much oil if you get your stainless steel nice and hot. Like, you gotta get it to the point where if you drop water in there, it doesn't evaporate, it dances. Like, just spins around in the pan. Need to create that effect that I can't remember the name of. Tell me about your barbecue experience, Enon. My niece and nephew are in Michigan right now with my sister for a little vacation before school starts, so I'm just here with my... It's pretty much just me, Benji, and my parents, so we didn't really do much for Labor Day this year. I get the impression they're trying to stop me from cooking dinner. Because I want to force them to eat butter chicken for the first time in their lives. And every time I'm like, I'm gonna go shopping and get the stuff I need for butter chicken, it's like, no, your dad's already cooking something. Or no, I'm already making dinner. It's like, you will eat butter chicken, goddammit. These people that are so afraid to try new foods. Butter chicken's like the easiest, like, welcome to Indian food you could possibly give to somebody. This being like a household of red sauces. Butter chicken's basically like a heavy cream infused red sauce with some exotic spices. Yeah, it's like the most tame exotic food you could feed somebody. I like to make food that's delicious, but makes people shit. If you're making food that doesn't make them shit, that's probably the more problematic thing. It's like, here, eat this, you'll never poop again. That's the problem. But yeah, like, my cooking is usually like, I like making macaroni and cheeses. I go for like interesting mac and cheeses. Usually when I'm home though, like, they're not big mac and cheese fans here. Which doesn't make any sense to me. It's weird that we're family. So my cooking over here, I've done like chicken cacciatore, chicken fricassee. A lot of chicken stuff. I cook chicken stuff when I'm here. I've done various pasta sauces, various chicken dishes. I've done a few mac and cheeses. Buddy made pulled pork and a big brisket and some homemade Kansas-style barbecue sauce. Sounds nice. Aside from the pasta and sauce, what do you think makes a special mac and cheese? Like, I like getting weird with mac and cheese. Like, can you make a mac and cheese that tastes like pizza? Yes, you can. I've done chicken tiki masala mac and cheese, which is incredible. Yakisoba mac and cheese was a particularly good one. Sausage and peppers mac and cheese is one of the house's favorites that I've done multiple times. Toasted bread or crushed crouton and crumb topping. Like, if we're talking just like a straightforward mac and cheese, but you're gonna make it special, yeah. Like, you want to get something nice and crunchy on top, but like, you don't need to just do toasted bread or croutons. Like, if you're doing something like smoked Gouda mac and cheese, like you're going with a blend of like cheddar, smoked Gouda, a little mozzarella in there for stringiness, get yourself a box of Gouda Cheez-Its and crush them up. Mix them with melted butter, put those on top, and then bake that in the oven. Oh my. Like, you just want texture on top. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be breadcrumbs or croutons. It could be anything. Like, I've had a lot of fun with, like, whatever I'm making, if there's a thing that's themed around it that you can put on top, go for the thing that's, like, themed around it. For example, again, the smoked Gouda Cheez-Its you could find. Just a box of those, crushed up, tossed with some melted butter, put on top of your mac and cheese. Boy, oh boy. That sounds divine. It was a good one. Like, Jimmy's dad made some homemade smoked cheddar and smoked Gouda and smoked mozzarella, and all three of those went into a mac and cheese with some Italian sausage, and then I did the Cheez-Its on top. Delicious. Another really good one I've done before was chicken cordon bleu mac and cheese. Got some like Havarti and some Swiss. I always put some cheddar in there. I find it's just a good body cheese. And then on top, you put the like the Italian breadcrumbs that you would have around your chicken cordon bleu. But inside you have the ham and the chicken. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Alright, Jorgemanster. With Multimancy, huh? I feel like Multimancy would make a lot of sense here. Double smoked cheddar, some liquid smoke. I love that smoked taste on the cheese. It's delicious stuff. I'm with you there. Alright, he's gonna shuffle the level. So I might just land on here and grab Multimancy to start. Yep, just like that. Then we'll Chaos Bell. There goes the shuffle. Make them immortal. Stunlock everybody forever. Nightmare Aura. Boop. All right. I have many idols, they're all immortal. Everyone's stun locked from taking holy damage. Cool, I wasn't looking at that or nothing. Throw some spikes in the mix. Poison. I want to remove Driders from the experience if I can. What can we do? Hypocrisy, fiery judgment. Probably Starfire would make sense, just for, again, more Moon Speaker. Two turns left. There's my fiery buddies. That'll make Moonspeaker pop off. Over here now, huh? I feel like I lost the thread a little bit. The original run with the spike balls, I think, was a slightly better run, but I'm still enjoying the idle heavy experience. It just changed a lot as we went. I pivoted a few times. I'm still thinking I might get eagles, just so we have more things to shoot. Best stupid 80s movie. Oh my gosh. When you say stupid, how do you mean? So I really like, stupid as in not RoboCop. That's the only qualification? Was Demolition Man 80s or 90s? I feel like that's a 90s movie, isn't it? I want to say Demolition Man, but I'm thinking that's 90s. I've rewatched Predator 2 recently, but that's 1990. Predator 1's not stupid, it's just great. Maybe I like Ghoulies. Ghoulies is really stupid, but fun. Man, Moonspeaker's going nuts. It's not doing like a lot of damage, it's just going off a lot. It'd be a lot better if we had more holy minions, wouldn't it? I think I messed up when I didn't take Twilight Essence. It's funny having, like, unlimited resurrections on everything. But I think Twilight Essence is more in spirit of having, you know, a lot of fun with Moonspeaker. That's alright, we had two versions of this run, very different from each other. And they're both enjoyable. I'm gonna say either Ghoulies, specifically Ghoulies 3, which I'm pretty sure is still 80s. It might have moved into 90s by then. Or like Critters 3 or 4 is really dumb. But like, Ghoulies 2 is the best, but Ghoulies 3, I remember that one taking place on a college campus. That's really stupid. Not yet time to amalgamate slime. What's your favorite dumb 80s movie? Inspire my choice. Make me rethink it. I gotta remove these driders, otherwise we're in trouble. There we go, no longer poisoned. This is getting silly. I'm getting the impression I do a lot of builds that are death by 1,000 cuts. And this, I think, is certainly another one of those. Just lots of idols all doing small amounts of damage. Alright, how immortal are our various things at the moment? Seven times. 41. 7. 40. 35. How about the slimes? 16. 10. The spike balls. No matter what minion we put out there, they're there forever. They don't get to die. Yeah, I'm gonna do Flock of Eagles. And then these are going to end up all with reincarnations. They are. They are already collecting reincarnations. Nothing gets to die. Are the eagles already getting reincarnations? I imagine so, yep. This is like the un-Highlander builds. There could only be lots of us. Six reincarnations, 5. Alien from LA, dumb sci-fi underground dystopian civilization movie starring Kathy Ireland. Ooh. I feel like a movie that people don't talk about enough, but isn't that obscure, is Repo? Like, especially Repo Man? Not Repo the Genetic Opera. Very different movie. But Repo is a great movie. You know what? Enon really opened the floodgates here. I think I'm gonna change my answer to Trancers. Trancers the answer. Do you think Highlander will be worth watching as an adult? I remember seeing it in VHS rental stores as a child. Yeah! It has some weird choices in there. Sean Connery, the most, like, Scottish accented man of all time, is playing a Spaniard in that movie. Which... he's not doing a great job. I feel like with only a few exceptions, almost every movie is worth watching at least once. Like, even the shitty ones, you get something out of it. The problem is when you see movies like Birdemic more than once. And I have seen Birdemic more than once. That's the problem. Don't watch bad movies more than once, but once, yeah. Do it. And Highlander's not even a bad movie. It's kind of a good movie. This guy's Holy Resistance at 100% forever. Man, we talk about this all the time, but I really miss rental stores, like a lot. My wife and I are having a debate about what approximate year do you think that the movie industry started to turn for the worse. See, that is the kind of conversation that's much like people talking about, like, oh, short form media is rotting children's brains. Like, you can rewind time. So, like, short form media becomes video games becomes movies or television, movies and television become the theater, and you keep going back, and it's like reading books, that's rotting their minds. Like, these are cyclical conversations that always exist. Like, people were having that debate about, like, movie industry turned for the worse back in the golden age of cinema. Whatever year you think that might be. Because, like, we're in a downturn, but it's mostly in terms of, like, the theater experience, because people don't want to go there now that they're streaming. But I would argue, like, we're still getting very good movies. I saw Weapons, like, a few weeks ago. Weapons was great. A24 is still putting out some real bangers. There's still lots of good movies out there. Soon I'll start amalgamating slimes. You just watch. Like the age of, like Lawrence of Arabia was like a giant high-budget affair that tanked like a studio and all that fun stuff. We still have those experiences too. Except now, instead of it being, like, a historical epic, it's a superhero movie that tanks in the box office and does, like, immeasurable damage to the bottom lines of a big company. I remember there were way fewer movies, and they seemed to be more worth watching. Definitely nostalgia goggles. But I will support my comment. I won't just say that and, like, hand wave it away. So let's go back in time to the 90s, the 80s even. I would say maybe there are fewer theatrical releases, but even then, I'm not sure. Like, we might still have a relatively consistent release schedule for movies. But, much like we have right now, the glut of bad movies we experience aren't necessarily theater movies, they're streaming movies, right? Like, there's a million movies that never made it to theaters that are just made for streaming, and a lot of them really suck. That was just the VHS era. Like, you gotta go pre-VHS to get to a point where, like, there were less movies. When the only people that could afford to make a movie were studio movies, because film is expensive. Like, the advent of VHS saw a huge influx of movies that weren't necessarily theatrical experiences. The advent of digital film saw another huge influx of movies that aren't necessarily theatrical experiences. And now the age of streaming, even more so. It's just easier than ever before for movies to get made. But I think most of them don't make it to the theaters, right? I'd be curious to see a graph about, like, how many movies per month are released, and has that gone up or down, or has it just been kind of like a little a little sine wave, like up and down, peaks and valleys. Yeah, there's always been bad movies, and there's always been good movies. That will always be the case. My concerns are more with stuff like Disney as a company keeps on buying other companies to the point where, like, a bunch of properties from the 80s and 70s and 90s that I enjoy are now owned by Disney because they bought Fox. Like, they just buy companies. I would like there to be lots of movies being made by lots of companies. Not necessarily just one of them. That said, I will say, Alien Earth Episode 4 was a fantastic episode. They're doing an okay job with Alien Earth so far. Although it's more of a... It's less of an alien experience and closer to, like, Ridley Scott's obsession with, artificial intelligence. The story is more invested in that. Which is fine, I enjoy those kind of stories. Yeah. That's why I like A24 so much. Like, A24 as a production company typically puts money behind interesting ideas. They're not always good, but they're always interesting. That's more important than anything else.
Hello there.
What's going on, Odin? Yeah, I would say what's changed is accessibility. Streaming and on-demand has made it so that you're more aware of these movies, whereas in the past, like, a lot of garbage didn't make it to theaters, or if it did, who cared? You didn't go to see the things you didn't hear about. There's a reason why big companies always did the, you know, here we are! It's a movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Don't worry what the movie's about. It has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Like, that's how they got your attention. I'm really interested in viewing them. Any you would recommend? Oh my, yes. What kind of movies do you... If you like horror movies, Hereditary and Midsommar are great. If you have a high tolerance for weird, Beau is Afraid is really good. If they didn't work at Blockbuster, or if they weren't the kind of person like me, who, like, childhood was defined by, I would get home from school, my aunts would come over, I would hop in her minivan, we would drive down the road, go into a bodega, get some snacks, leave the bodega, go next door, walk into the rental place, and I would pick out random movies that I've never heard of before. And then we would walk the like, it's just like one of those little strip things on the side of the road. The next door down was a pizzeria. Walk in there, get a slice of pizza, go to my aunt's house, watch crappy horror movies, eat junk food and a slice of pizza. It was heavenly. My nostalgia for that experience is vast and deep. Midsommar and Hereditary are favorites of my wife and I. Those are both A24 affairs. If you like both of those, The Witch is a very different experience from those, but if you have a taste for that, you might appreciate The Witch. Yes, like, rental places were my childhood, but they were also my college experience. Running an adventure in Kane. But you like the themes and story elements. Oh, nice. Mighty Odin, we're not playing this week because, you know, vacation and everything, but I'm trying to remember the name of it, goddammit. Yeah, Beau's Afraid. It's a very different experience, Beau's Afraid. Yes, indeed, Helio. Fuck cancer. What's going on, Helio? Mighty Odin, we made characters and we built the worlds for our upcoming game. I can't remember the name of the system, but it's very much like a weird Dark Souls-esque experience. I am playing a Dust Knight. We built a weird world around rumors. It's a very, like, strange experience, but I'll look it up and tell you about it. Your 11-year-old was diagnosed with leukemia. I am so sorry. That is terrible. I am hoping it's an early catch and, like, hopefully things work out well. But yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. Cancer blows. Oh, it's a quicken spore beast. No wonder he is refusing to go down. Yeah, just send me a reminder, my dude, and I will shoot you the information. A world built around a single Fleetwood Mac album. Basically, the world building system was... we rolled a dice to determine, like, how large the area was. One person would basically, like, choose a name for it, but it's not the name, it's just the properties of it. 2 descriptors. The next person down would then use those to come up with a name for it, and the third person would come up with a rumor about that location, and that's how we built the map. Beau's Afraid is incredible. I really, really like it. But it is not like his other movies. I shouldn't say that. Because when Beau's Afraid came out, there was Hereditary and there was Midsummer, right? But now he's also done, I haven't seen it yet, but Barrington, I think? Eddington. So, like, you can no longer say it's not like his other movies because he's no longer just a horror man. Now he makes other types of stuff. Oh my god, I hate this man. I gotta get him out of that corner. But how? Fuck it. I said I wouldn't do it, but I don't want to be here forever. There we go. Much faster. Once everyone could see him, Moonspeaker did the job. But when it comes to, like, directors I really enjoy, Ari Aster is the director of Midsummer, Hereditary, Beau's Afraid. Really enjoy his stuff. And then another A24 darling is... oh god. I can't remember his name and my voice is going away. Hold on. Here it comes. I'm looking it up. I'm not gonna say I just remembered randomly. His name is, here it comes, Robert Eggers. I really enjoy Robert Eggers' work. That man makes some of my favorite, like, period movies, like The Witch. He does incredible detail. He's like a historian that makes movies. He made the new Nosferatu movie, which was incredible. And it's a different director, but like a very similar feel as The Green Knight was really good. Who directed The Green Knight? I always forget that guy. The Green Knight director was David Lowery. David Lowery looks like a mannequin that came to life. The Green Knight was great. It was a really different feeling of the movie. What's fun, since you're now experiencing Wes Anderson, and you watched a really early one with Bottle Rocket, if you watch his movies in order, it feels like Wes Anderson is approaching a point of self-parody. And I don't say that in like a poo-poo kind of way. His movies are still good if you like his movies. Like, it's not for everybody. But like, his most recent movie, I haven't seen it yet, but like the trailers, I thought I was watching like a parody trailer Because, like, every once in a while SNL will do that. They'll make, like, a fake Wes Anderson movie trailer. He's really, like, committed to his experience at this point. He is becoming more and more Wes Anderson with time. If you can figure out how to go into a flow state. Yeah, running a game is tricky. I don't want to re-roll. Well, it's not much better. You know what? I'll start over here. There we go. And there we go. He did both of his tricks. Where's my worm ball? Where is my worm ball? My slimy worm shambler is gone? I'm gonna have to watch the VOD carefully because there's no way he died. Oh, I spawned out in the void like a dummy. I'm so sorry, my child. That's on me. I'm so sorry. These eagles are forever now. These are forever eagles. Moonspeaker's gonna mess this man up. I should probably disperse them. If only I could wear a copy of your shoes, right? We can give them only my armor, which I'm wearing nothing. I'm a naked wizard at the moment. I wish I wasn't trapped in this weird hole in the wall. You know what? Flock of eagles. Army of eagles. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and drink a mana potion because this whole run's about Moonspeaker. I lost the thread of that for a while, but I'm back. I remember my goal now. Let's continue making all the tools we need for an unlimited army of immortal eagles that all shoot Moonspeaker beams. Just make an obelisk of tombstones that make people immortal. And proceed to make eagles. Let's disperse. Ooh, a chest. There's so much just beams of Moonspeaker action going on. Hey, Mordred, how resurrecty are you at this point? Still has 2 lives? That's good for you. Oh. Chalice of the Warp, please? That works for me. I think more eagles. So I just summoned these eagles. Are they already immortal? Yep, already immortal eagles. Very good. Send them off. This is such a dumb build. Are these ones already immortal? They're already doubly immortal. Incredible. Arguably, this would have been better had I taken the upgrade that makes everybody undead and living at the same time. Well, whatever. We have unlimited eagles that can never go away. That's funny in its own right. Right, buddy? Right, Benji? Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. Good boy. How arcane immune are you? Pretty arcane immune, right? My magic missile still only does 11 damage. That's the problem. There we go. Moonspeaker just obliterated Mordred. He doesn't have any arcane resistance. Six times immortal, 43 times immortal. Idol of beauty. A treat for Benji, you say? Hold on, I'll feed it to him like he's a Greek emperor. And he's getting his grapes. Now he'll eat it while lying down. The laziest way to eat a treat. Living the good life over here. Bang! Are there any, like, spell points next to each other? Or? Right there. And what's in here? Gold star. Holy damage becomes arcane damage, you say? Hold on now. That is so much better than my fire does arcane. Holy damage becomes arcane damage, yeah. So that's an infinite loop, right? No, not quite. Alright, I need to fix what I broke a little bit. Is it 5 or 6? Let's find out. Starfire, there we go. Fire damage into arcane damage. We have both parts still. Bing! But that way, whenever... Oh, he's not dead forever. I thought we won. When they do a holy point of damage to everybody in line of sight, they'll also take arcane damage. Which means Moonspeaker will go off. Oh my god. We just one-shot him. One magic missile with all those eagles meant instant Moonspeaker obliteration. There we go. Two similar but different builds today. Just really enjoying Heavenly Idol today for some reason. Moonspeaker did 12,000 damage, but Idle Beauty on its own did 12,000 damage. Heavenly Idol is really good. Like, it can clear wide open floors on its own pretty early on. And then once you give it the power to, like, resurrect itself, it just becomes an unstoppable force. I regret taking my slimy minion, though. That, like, this floor took forever. That was brutal. Brutal. The sexy brutal. But Yorgamander died 39,000 Idle Beauty damage, 26,000 Moonspeaker damage. It was a Moonspeaker run, but it was a Heavenly Idol run. I still think our Spike Ball Factory version was pretty funny, but again, Spike Ball Factory... finding the room to build it is tricky. Like, you don't always have space. Choke points suck for it. I love that spell, but you really got to pick your floors extra carefully if you're going to do it. Alright. A fine couple of runs in the Rift Wizards.